Hello, welcome to Suffers Pop Culture Channel. Well, let's check out the latest happenings on 90 Day the Other Way. I believe I missed a week, I'm not sure. They all blend together in the brain. So we had Jahoon and Devon. So they got married, and Devon looked absolutely beautiful in the traditional Korean costume. Not costume, but bridal gear, and she had a lot of fun getting married and doing some of the traditions, and that was really lovely to see. I do really like that couple. I really have high hopes that they're going to make it. They do seem to understand each other. Of course, Jahoon does have a bit of growing up to do, but I really feel like they have a genuine love and compassion for each other. The parents really seem like Jahoon's parents really seem to like Devon, and yeah, and the rest of the family, they all seemed really happy to see her and deal with her. So let's hope that glorious time continues. Um, Now I know Devin made a threat on the show about Jahoon has to step up to the plate, start making some serious coins so they can get their own place so she can bring Drusella over and all this. So we'll see. He's a young guy. He's a long, not terribly motivated man, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Ronald and Tiffany, these guys get on my nerves so bad. Um, I understand where Tiffany's coming from because I think the almost all of us have a compassionate heart, and we love someone and they're having an issue with gambling or alcohol or something like that, and you want to stand by them. However, she has wasted a lot of time standing by a man she had never even met, and then she married him right away, got pregnant right away with yet another child. She brought her the child she already had over to South Africa to hang out with Ronald for a few months, and now the boy has bonded to Ronald, and then she's taking him away because she's realized, because these couples are very young, she realizes she doesn't want to have a baby in that country because it's totally different standards, and she's used to American healthcare, and she probably doesn't have insurance for Kenya, and he obviously doesn't have a pot to piss in, so he's not paying for anything. So she's going home to have the second child, and it'll be interesting. I'm sure Ronald will get brought over to the States. Even though he has a criminal record, there's no way he should be let into the States at all, ever, like forever. But I'm sure since he's on this show, and it was probably their motivation to go on the show, I'm sure he'll be granted a green card to come over and be with his wife and so on. So let's hope he pulls up his socks and gets his act together and isn't a big douche. And we have Corey and Evelyn. Corey and Evelyn, another couple I feel mismatched. Corey loves her so much. I can see she does have vulnerability, and she has obviously been hurt and has had a very rough life, but I'm still not convinced they're totally made for each other. So Corey took her up in a balloon. He want a hot air balloon. He rented a hot air balloon, and he made a sign, "Will you marry me?" Because he wanted to propose to her in the hot air balloon. But even though she was trying to make him do all this crazy stuff in previous episodes, she actually was afraid to go on the balloon, even though she was mocking him for being a scaredy cat and stuff for other things. So whatever. So when they got up in the balloon, they couldn't read the sign. It was too small. So then they had to come down and go over and read the sign. And, then of course, the way it's filmed, it's like, oh, will she, won't she? Oh my goodness, what's going to happen? And of course, she does say yes, but she doesn't want to get married right away, but she does say yes. So that was actually a little surprising for me that she said yes at all. So maybe there's hope. Maybe she does love him. After all, he did spend over 40 grand on her already. So, yeah, and they are running a bar business together, I believe, down there. So, I mean, I don't know what's happening right now in real life, but in the show, right? So, yeah, so that was nice. Had fireworks and stuff, and she seemed pretty touched and impressed. So that was good. So I was happy. That was nice to see. And then we get into the train wreck of the century, Jenny and Sumit. Run, Jenny, run, run. Now, anyone who's ever been in an affair with a married man knows how complicated and emotional it can get, and how the man always says, or whether you're a man involved with a woman or whatever, the married person's, oh, I'm leaving the person. Oh, I don't love them. Oh, I can't leave them just yet because X, Y, and Z. The kids, the job, the money, the family, the house, whatever. Wait till the kid get out of school. Wait till this. We've all heard these stories, and even if you haven't lived it yourself, you've watched enough TV shows and seen your friends and talked them off the ledges many times over these crazy scenarios. And now 60-year-old Jenny is falling for Sumit's bullshit. Ugh. I just want to go punch her. She's like, "Oh, you didn't mean to get married." Really? You didn't mean to get married. You just kind of accidentally got married and didn't say anything for 2 fucking years. 2 years. Because he wants his cake and eat it too. Why should Summit tell her? He has his wife and he has his mistress. He doesn't he had it all made in the shade. He didn't have to say anything to anyone. And then until Jenny came over and his little plan to pretend he ran away didn't work when they came and got him. And now the wife knows. I'm sure the wife's devastated. I'm sure the wife really loves seeing her husband on TV talking about how he's in love with this 60-year-old woman. And the picture of the wife looked beautiful. I think I can't remember if I saw it on the show or on the internet, but she's a beautiful girl. And yeah, I don't believe a word that man says. I don't. He just got caught. That's all. He probably hoped Jenny would go away before all hell broke loose. And but the lies, lies, lies. They met on a lie. He wasn't who he said he was. When he first contacted Jenny on Facebook, he sent her pictures of a ripped buff guy and said he was someone else. Then he finally confessed. But I guess she's so desperate, she was gaslighted by his bullshit. And now, 6 years in, she's devastated because she is emotionally attached. She did think they were getting married. She sold everything she owned to come and live there forever. So, and then she got shocked that he's married and the wife and all the family came to tell her off or whatever happened that night. And then now it's a few weeks later, maybe a month later, or whatever. And then now he's leaving, and she's saying, "Oh, it was the best 6 months of my life. I know you guys think I'm a fool, but it was wonderful, and all this." But you know what? Why do you want to be with a liar? I know affairs of the heart and all that, but if he cheats on her, he cheated on you with her, he's cheating on her with you. Once, if he does leave his wife to be with you so he can come to America, because that's the end game, isn't it? Come to America for the green card. Even though you thought you were going there forever, Jenny, he actually wants to go to the States and be with you. He can't stay there now. He's an adulterer. And in that culture, that's a bad thing, I think. I don't know much about their culture, but it sounded to me when they were interviewing the friends that he could go to jail or any number of things could happen because he disrespected his wife so badly. And he disrespected Jenny. And obviously, she, like most women in love with married people, disrespected herself. And it's sad to see. It's very sad and heartbreaking because she seems like such a wonderful woman, even though she didn't accept her daughter who was gay. That still rubs me very wrong because I really, this whole storyline kind of pisses me off because I actually really liked Jenny and Sumit in the beginning. I was really rooting for them. And then when the secret stuff started happening, I was like, uh-oh. Um, I didn't think he was actually married, but I thought he might be betrothed to someone through an arranged marriage, but I didn't believe for a minute that he was already married for 2 years. And who knows, he may even have a child. We don't know that either, right? And to lie to her face, to gaslight her. And she even said herself, you're talking to me, you couldn't even tell me once that you got married because your parents made you get married. No, why would he? Why would he tell her? He's got the best, and who knows, he may have other women on strings around the world too, because that's what these men do. He's a friggin' narcissist, gaslighting jerk, and if Jenny does end up with him, He's just going to cheat on her too, because that's what these men do. They're professional liars, professional con artists, and when I say these men, I'm not talking about race and culture. I'm talking about asshole men who cheat on their wives. Doesn't matter what race or culture you are. You're a jerk when you cheat on your wife, and that's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. Okay, did I get everyone? Yes, I think got everyone worth mentioning. So, what did you think? What did you think of all the shenanigans of what's happening? Who are you rooting for? Who do you hope runs screaming into the night? Do you believe Jenny and Sumit should be together? And we know Jenny loves him to death, and he claims to love her, but you can never tell with tears because tears are one of the biggest tools in a cheater's arsenal of all times. They can cry at the drop of a hat and pull your heartstrings, and they know exactly what to say. So I don't know. Sorry, I'm bitter. Do you want to see Tiffany and Ronald, Jehun and Devin? Who are you rooting for? Who are you hoping for? I think next week is a tell-all, so that should be interesting too. All right, so we'll see you around and leave your comments. Let's get a discussion going. Bye.